Hey guys, welcome into this week's video. So the purpose of this video is to give you two somewhat polarizing day trips from Munich. If you want to check out Munich city itself, at the end of the video I'll put in one of these little boxes last week's video where we toured Munich. So today is the stop of our first site. It's a pretty harrowing experience. It's a very humbling experience. Normally I'm pretty jovial, but to get you guys through this one, it's going to be a little more reserved and respectful. So we are at the Dachau Concentration Camp Memorial site. From Munich you'll end up getting a train and a bus, and it's pretty simple. It's about 20-30 minutes to get here from Munich, so not too hard. The town of Dachau itself is kind of small. There's a train station, there's other things to do, restaurants, whatnot, and then you get the bus to the concentration camp. There is also a walk. It's about 3 kilometers called like the Remembrance Walk. So I'm actually walking back to town from the concentration camp and thought I'd fill you in. Some people recommended 3 hours. I ended up spending a majority of my day here because I was fascinated by it and I took a tour. So it's kind of up to you, but I would say minimum 2.5-3 hours to probably plan on. To enter the concentration camp, it is free. It's a memorial site. They do not charge. You can purchase an audio guide for €4, or you can get a guided tour for €4. They have 2 English-speaking ones per day and 1 German one, and then you can hire it out and get your own. A lot of schools do that. It's required by Bavarian law for the school kids to come. There's like a certain grade that does it. So there's a ton of school tours. So I ended up doing the guided tour, and so I wandered around inside the museum before and after that. The tour guide was German. I heard some other accents as well, so it was interesting. You know, he gave kind of a different perspective and a lot of context for kind of how it all came about. The guided tour was all right, to be honest. The best thing about it was to hear other people ask questions and to kind of be able to meet people. But to be honest, like information wise, you probably get just as much going just on your own or with the audio guide. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. If you want to meet people or if you want to hear someone talk about it, meet the tour guide, then you can do that. But if you want to just go on your own, I think you'd have a pretty comparable experience. And so you enter and they have like a visitor's area and stuff like that. And then it is a short walk to the entrance of the memorial site. You see the gates and you walk through the gate that says Arbeit macht frei. Work makes one free. Notorious is worst lie ever told. Going through the museum gives like a time frame of the National Socialist Party coming to power and all that stuff and how it all kind of came to be. And I was actually fascinated to know that Dachau was mostly a labor camp, not a death camp, and mostly was political prisoners. So there were Jews here. In the end, it was everybody, but for most of the war, it was political prisoners and enemies of the state and resistance. They have signs in German and in English for pretty much everything. Then outside on the grounds, there's the big reconstructed area. They go through the whole history, and after the war it was actually used to house German prisoners during trials, and then after that it was used as like an immigrant living space. And some of it was destroyed, and they reconstructed one barracks, one unit, to show kind of what it was like in several different periods, because it evolved. It had kind of 3 different periods: before the war, during the war, and then again kind of like later periods during the war when it was super overcrowded. And so it's fascinating to walk you through the whole history and how brutal it all was. And they showed the different living situations, the bath situations, a tiny little fountain for like 500 people, and they'd have like 2 minutes in the morning. And then outside there's like the roll call area where they'd all line up and be roll called every morning, every day. You can see like the guard towers are still all original, authentic. Those were never torn down. You can walk up close to the walls and you can see the ditches, and then on the other side of the ditch, the barbed wire across the ground, and then the barbed wire fences that were electrified. And then there was walls beyond those as well. So it was this like crazy escape measures that like no one ever got out. There was a story of one guy that got out. And then there is also the crematorium. You're not allowed to film in the crematorium according to the pamphlet, so I did not. They had 2 different ones. There's one and then a larger one that was built later on. Fascinating place. There was a gas chamber that it's unconfirmed if it was used or not. So like there's no physical accounts that it was used, but like really, you're telling me you're not sure it was used. Gas chambers are probably the most harrowing part to walk through, or the most real, strange, kind of as you would expect to be in a place like that. They do recommend that children under 12 do not participate because like photographs and the nature of the whole experience are enough already. So that's pretty much everything I got for you on the Dachau concentration camp, but definitely a must visit when you were in Munich. It's a good cultural experience. It teaches you a lot about history, so I definitely recommend. Again, it's free for entry, and the paid stuff, the audio guide and whatnot, is only €4, so it's honestly fairly cheap, and it's something you remember forever. So that's day trip number 1 from Munich. And number 2 is again quite polarizing. I'm assuming, haven't been there yet. We're heading to Neuschwanstein Castle. So on everybody's bucket list, it's the castle that inspired Walt Disney. So we're gonna go check that one out. So we're jump ahead in time and head there. Sorry, cut break here. I'm in this walking path, right? So these people keep walking by. This is the second day in a row where an older German couple has stopped and been super kind, you know, and as soon as I tell them I'm filming things and for YouTube and I'm coming to visit Germany, they just light up. They're so excited, and I tell them I'm from America and they're always like, what? Like, just the nicest interactions. And it's funny, I understand about 30–40% of it, but they're always so excited and nice and excited that I'm here. Hello.
Hello. Blogger.
Yeah. YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube channel. How much subscribe?
170.
Wie heißt du?
Chris. The channel name is Chris Creates the World. 180.
180.
Want to say hello?
Hello.
Find out your vlogger they want to follow. It's kind of fun. Quick side note. Met people just from doing stuff like that. It's always fun to see people, and it's really cool to me experiencing after something like that, the far extreme of human capacity, to on this trip see the other extreme, meet a lot of friendly people. The world's a cool place. Get out there, be excited, meet people, and don't be afraid. Anyways, we'll get back to the walkthrough. Whoa, what a time warp. Welcome to the next day, everybody. So as promised, we're on our way to Neuschwanstein Castle. So to get here, it's about a 2-hour train ride outside of Munich. So it'll take about a 1-hour train to a place called Buchen, and then you take a train from there to a town called Füssen. Fussen's a beautiful little town in the mountains. It's got a charming little feel to it. And then from the Füssen Hauptbahnhof, the train station, you just go right across the street, and there's the bus stops. You'll get on bus 78, and then get off on Neuschwanstein. And then from there, they have like a little water fountain you can fill up water with. Kind of nice. Stay hydrated. But from there, you can walk up to the ticket office. It costs $15 to enter Neuschwanstein. Can't take any pictures or photos inside. But then you can either take a bus, a little horse-drawn carriage. You can go up this paved path, and there's a little waterfall, more of a little trickling stream waterfall, if I'm being honest. Or you'll see little offshoots that go off into the woods. And that's the route I took because it's more adventurous, it's more shaded, and you know, I've been in the cities a lot, so I want to get out in nature a bit. It's nice. So that's why I'm panting and speaking slowly. In German, hiking is wandern. Literally, wander. Spelled the exact same. Wandering. And this is also the way to get to the iconic Mariensbruch, the Marien's Bridge. It's like a super Instagrammable, good photo spot at Neuschwanstein. But unfortunately, it's temporarily closed, which I am super bummed about. But it feels nice to be in the woods again, hearing the birds sing, seeing trees, feeling connected again, rather than just wandering around cobblestone streets. Extra grateful for life after what we just saw. We'll catch you a little later on down the trail, huh? And eventually you will connect back in with the paved trail. But it's super nice, and you turn this corner and then there's just this beautiful sweeping vista of the valley and some of the lakes surrounding nearby. The other castle that's less well known that's real by, that I read the name of but don't remember. And then like you turn the corner, boom, it's right there. You see it. It looks big, but I didn't realize how big it is. You can see people on the balconies when you look close. And then there's just sights upon sights upon sights. Every corner you turn is a new angle, just as beautiful as the last. But you get up here and you can walk around kind of the outside of the castle, and then there's these over here little viewpoints, a little selfie area where everyone's crowding over taking selfies. And then on the other side, there's this beautiful vista, right, that you can see behind me. Pretty glorious. It's awesome. It feels like a storm's just kind of rolling in. Well, one is rolling in. You can hear the thunder, and there's this light wind. Right now, it's perfect. I'm gonna be hating it when it's raining in a few minutes, but it's funny how fast it can change. So when I first got here, it was sunny, super hot. Now it's gonna rain. Welcome to Germany. If I'm being honest, I didn't even go inside. I hear it's beautiful. I've been in a few of the castles now, though, so I kind of figured about what it'd be. And I'm sure there's awesome views from inside. Other than that, the trip was still worth it. The train ride is absolutely beautiful, and just being in kind of the mountains and the forest, super pretty. And these views are incredible, dude. These lakes are amazing. Amazing. I wish I could paddleboard them. So mad I haven't done as much paddleboarding as I had hoped on this trip. But there's some of that in store. So if you're still here from the paddleboarding kind of videos, stay subscribed or click subscribe. Got something up my sleeve coming up. But it's so pretty, man. just stereotypical, beautiful German countryside that you see in the movies. I mean, look at this, man. Just come check it out. Come check it out. And at the top as well, they have a little kind of like cafe area. You can buy little souvenirs and some food going on. So I bought some unauthentically authentic German treats. There's this German salami, Jaeger something. I got that, and a strudel with red currants, I think it said. So the salami. Stick of salami meat. What we'd expect. It's like a beef jerky Slim Jim kind of. A little more flavorful though, I'm gonna be honest. It's got more pepperoni taste to it. And the red currant strudel tastes exactly like what you would think. Way too sugary. It's like something straight out of a 7-Eleven. And this thing is huge, way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know if I'll finish it all, but I just thought it'd be funny. So if you come and you want something super sugary, do the red currant strudel. Honestly, the Jaeger jerky was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that as a snack, so gonna get moving on. Alright, so it started raining real heavy and made it back down to the bus station and got home. I was gonna do a few other things there. They have this kind of tram that goes up to a peak that I really wanted to go to, but I made it back to Munich Hauptbahnhof. 2-hour ride home. There is direct ones sometimes, so it's not always a double trainer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from the Dachau experience and add that to your list. And then I hope you had fun seeing castle that inspired Disney. 2 must-see destinations in Munich. And so this video is dedicated to someone when I saw at the last time I saw a real Disney castle. Davis and Whitney Warnock, this one's for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and your generous graduation donations. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And if you guys are interested in any of my hiking gear that I got, any of my cameras, whatnot, I got Amazon links in the description below, so check that out. And if you guys enjoyed this video, just make sure to click subscribe, you know, it goes a long way. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, won't spam your phone unless you click the little bell and you want to know as soon as I upload a video. You can do that too. Throw in a like, comment what part of the video you enjoyed the most, let me know. And you know, that castle is beautiful, it draws in thousands of people every week, but it was started with a vision, right? Someone had an idea that the castle looked really good there, and they started working on it one brick at a time, laid plans, made it up, and now it's a huge tourist destination. Same thing would be with whatever your dream is, whatever plans you have in life, whatever you want to do, go do it. Start making those plans. You got the vision of that castle on that hill, go make your castle and go create the world. It feels so awkward walking through a huge train station talking to a camera, but here we are.